let's get started for today. We gotta get some practice in. Uh, look, I'm not chasing perfection, but the thing is, when you care about something, you want to put maximum effort and make sure you put everything into it. So that's what we're here for. I think a lot of people often forget that I'm not here for their purpose. I'm here for my own purpose as well as mostly God's purpose. So, with that being said, I'm going to play what I want to play. Because this is my practice session and how I grow and improve as a musician, as a pianist. Everybody has their own journey that they go through. And I welcome those who come aboard and are here to enjoy the journey together. But there's always going to be naysayers, there's always going to be people who sit on the sidelines with zero understanding. And to those people, I bid you good day. But here's what we're going to do. It's very cold out because there's a cold front going through. I want to adjust this. I want to bring you guys in a little closer, not a ton closer. I want to make sure that this gets. Hold on. I don't want to destroy my whole setup. Wake up and I'm already starting to get a cold again. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I adjust that. There. Can I see the keys? I can see the keys. Make sure I can see them nice and clearly. How far away does that put you guys? That's there. You can at least kind of see Poochie, but my ponytail blocks her a little bit. Actually, no, she's not over there. She went upstairs. That's the blanket. Let's do that one. That way if she comes down, I think she went upstairs because sometimes when my neighbor leaves, they leave a little loudly. Hello, how are you today? Let's see. It's very cold today, expected. 'Tis the season. So I've got to get my fingers warmed up. Let's do a few warm-ups. Do I want to test my scales or arpeggios? I don't, because do I practice my scales or arpeggios? I'm going to be so honest. Since finishing school, I don't usually do them unless I'm going through a piece that requires a lot of scales and arpeggios. But most of the time I'm comfortable going through them in certain pieces, but do I just practice them outright? Not necessarily. I like playing etudes. And oh, that's what I was going to do today. Thank you. I'm so glad I remembered. Somebody recommended I do the Bartók series. And I know that Bartók has 5 books. They were telling me that they were struggling with the last book. And so I actually downloaded the Bartók book series. I'm going to take a look at it. But I'm going to start from the last book and then go towards the first book. We're going to start from hardest and work our way backwards because I like doing that journey. I like the challenge journey. You know, you pick a route and then you go on self-discovery and then you can dial it back from there. Okay. And then it gives you something to look forward to as well. That's what I was going to do today. Bartók. I know people said they have a love-hate relationship with Bartók, so let me know how you feel about Bartók. Now, the other good question is, did I download it on the right device? I did not. So, give me 2 seconds. I know it's going to maybe disconnect for a second. I'm just going to transfer a file over right quick to here. So I think I did it on my phone. Hold on. Connecting. Okay. Maybe it didn't do it. Okay. Where did I? No, it should be on my. Let me check it. Okay, I'm gonna have to re-download it. That's okay. What was I doing it from yesterday? Must have been the other computer. Okay, let's do Bartók. Bartók, book 1 through 5. And I want book 5. Yeah, the Microcosmos. That book. We're going to take a look at book number 5. Let's go to the end and work our way forward. So, cool. Let's try. Open with here. Okay, that's book 6. All the way to the end. Here we go. And this is from book 5, number. Thanks, let's see. Just go back. Okay. 3 plus 2 plus 3. 8. I get what you're saying, but why? Why? Okay. Let me go back here. 5, 8. There we go. Okay, let's start from here. I don't hate 5, 8 as much. That's here. Nope, it wasn't. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. I'm probably going way too fast right now in my counting, to be honest, but we don't have that tempo to go slower. That's better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. is D sharp and E. Yeah? Can I come to that conclusion in my head right now? I don't like it though. It doesn't sound nice. Why? Okay, here we go. Holding the rope. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. starts from the previous measure, so we have to hold this one. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it goes to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. I'm supposed to play on this one. 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's on 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 2. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was supposed to be on 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. The hard thing about this is how am I supposed to make this sound pretty? With all of this, like, this part is fine, but then it kind of goes fine. But then once we get into this next page, there's just so many inharmonics that go on that it just gets cloudy. Like the right hand's fine, and then the left hand is supposed to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On their own, it's fine, but keeping those two voice lines going at the same time on their own is going to be tricky, challenging. Let's go back a little bit more. Let's see. There's 6 dances in Bulgarian rhythm. It's supposed to be this section. Dedicated to Miss Harriet Cohen. So Bulgarian rhythms. So you have the 4 plus 2 plus 3 over 8. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 2 plus 3. Like, I get it, but why is it? If somebody can help me understand, like I'm gonna ask, I'm not gonna ask necessarily chat, but we're doing Bulgarian rhythm here, and your time signature is 4 plus 2 plus 3, which I understand it, over 8. But why the division of doing the 4 plus 2 plus 3 over 8 versus just putting it like 9, 8? Because I think mentally as I'm going through it, I'm still, maybe I'm not supposed to feel it necessarily in the 9, 8, and I'm supposed to feel those, like I get feeling the segment heavier on the 4, the group of 4, then the 2, and then the 3. But I also feel like that can be expressed dynamically, or like through phrase markings and things like that. But obviously I'm not going to argue with somebody's book series that's already out. And then this has studies of double notes. So like your At least I use one. I guess it's more even, yes. That's kind of a fun one. The next one is. I think I get it. Okay. And then this one is doing. Double note etudes. Perpetual mobile. The fast one. This one's syncopation. go back between 5, feeling of 5 and 4. And feeling that with the syncopation. Okay. Get the concept of the study, we'll come back to it. Major seconds broken together. So neighbors, 9, 8. Seconds, we'll observe that. Quarter, fourths broken. We're in 2. See, I just can't get with the only issue I have so far with the Bartók is I just can't get with there being so many enharmonics just mixed in there. I get the etudes. I get what they're trying to study. It's not that. Like I understand what the focus is, what they're trying to encourage with the technique part of it. But can you make the tune a little bit more enjoyable? Like I'm trying to pull every ounce of just making it more enjoyable to get through. But hold on, let's now go over to our other stuff for a bit. Tchaikovsky again? Maybe. We'll do Tchaikovsky. I won't do this one because Nutcracker season is over. Nobody wants to hear more Nutcracker right now. And hello. I see it. Hello, Maria. And hello. Is it Irchi? I haven't been listening, or sorry, not listening. I haven't been checking the chat as much. And anyway. Let's try this one. Let's see. Ridiculous. Go upstairs. That's enough. This is Sibelius. And I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Got a runny nose. It's chilly today. mentally circle the spots in my head. Another one is. This is the left-hand version of the other one that right-hand did. That spot, the right hand. That spot. So let's do. I appreciate Thank you. I was just going to read the comments right quick. I always forget to. And I know that you guys are there. And I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys being there. Thanks for listening in as well, too. Let's see. I need to work on this section. There, and then it goes to here. That section I need to get up to tempo as well. And it goes. That section. some warm tea on because it is very, very cold. Thank you. It is so cold. And it's still like, I have my heat on and everything. I'm always cold, so I always complain about being cold on the live stream. I just run cold, usually. But because it is particularly cold today, so I think the kids had like a snow day from school because it's too cold outside. Yeah, I'm a little cold today. So let me get some hot tea on. And that should help. The problem is that it's hard for me to externally warm up. Like even if I had a million blankets on. Actually, it's ridiculous how many blankets I sleep with. I know people recommended I get an electric blanket, but you know what, honestly, growing up, I had electric blankets growing up, and after time, like usage, like they're really nice when they're new, but over time of using an electric blanket, they become a hazard and it always scares me. So I have like extra comforters. I literally have 3 comforters on my bed right now. That does not keep me warm at night, so it doesn't even matter. I just run cold, so I have to be like internally warmed up. So what helps me warm up is hot tea, hot drinks, so like having soup before bed and stuff like that. And then I'm better. Like my body temperature is better when I go to sleep, and I'm able to keep it at that warmer temperature. Okay, I'm gonna run it from the top. Here's the other part of the Mozart that's a little tricky for me. So because I'm playing it with orchestra, I had learned the Mozart years ago. It was my freshman or sophomore year of university. I had learned the Mozart piano concerto. But when I did it back then, I learned it for like piano solo or for 2 piano works. And so I didn't learn the orchestral version of it. Now, that doesn't seem like it would be an issue, except for the fact that because I was learning the 2 piano version or the solo version, there's a lot more like accompaniment bolstered in that. And learning the actual orchestral version, there's a lot that's omitted that's not in the same version. So it's retraining my hand to actually simplify the music, and I think that should be easier, but it's kind of not, just because my brain wants to grab certain octaves or grab certain chords, and I'm not supposed to. It's like the orchestra's playing certain spots, and I'm not supposed to play it, but because I learned both versions. So. Two things are happening. One, I need to trim my nails right quick because they are a bit too long. Number 2, my left hand needs to go to A in that intro, and I keep wanting to go to C sharp because my right hand goes to C sharp. But they don't match. They have to be partners, not twins. Let's see. Nail clippers acquired. Okay. Yeah, I need to keep my hands warm. I found a nice pair of gloves that's been helping a little bit. So at least when I'm transporting myself from place to place, then I can keep them warm, especially if I need to like play right away as soon as I go in. And that's happened a couple of times where I've arrived places straight from outside and it's cold out, and then I have to like go right into playing. And it's not as fun because your fingers are not, going to be as proficient as they need to be when they're cold. It does slow them down. I remember going through my courses as well too. There used to be I forget her name. There was a Chinese student who was there. I really loved her so much. Like she was one of my favorite. Like her and I got along so well when we were going to classes together. But I remember that she every time we would have to like perform or do like a performance, sometimes we would have to like go into like the venue together. And I remember like her and I would be like sitting in the back. We would be doing our like things to decompress and like get comfortable before we went out on stage. And she would always grab my hands and she would always start to warm them up because she was like, your hands are so cold. So she would just start like rubbing my hands like vigorously. And I loved her so much for it because I was like, I was always so nervous too, just sitting there. And then she would just be that person that was just right there. And it was kind of nice because then we both would just talk to each other until we both had to go out and play our thing. She was so sweet. I really hope she's doing well in life, wherever she is. But yeah. Let's see. I'm almost done with the nail clipping and then we can go back into it. Need more contact with my fingertips. My nails are starting to get in the way of it a little bit. It's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. It's a good thing because that means I'm not picking at my nails as frequently because that happens when I get stressed out or anxious sometimes. But that's also bad because it's not great for playing if I'm letting my nails grow out too long. So, yes, it's good that they're growing out, but also that I'm not just ripping at them at the same time. Okay, 1, 2. And the hot water is done for the tea, so I can add that in too. Okay, got that. And one last finger, and that's the pinky. Pinky nail's way too long. It's also sad because what I consider way too long for nails, most people wouldn't consider, especially most women wouldn't consider long at all. But with warm water, but I can never join them since it's playing guitar. Aw. Yeah, it's always comforting when you're both in the same ship and then two musicians can comfort each other and before doing a performance. When there's good vibes, honestly, amongst a group. And it helps musically too, especially when you're playing together, when you can all balance off and bounce off of each other. Okay, nails are cut. Hot water is done, so let's put some tea on. I might go for some chai because I have some vanilla chai. Got all my stuff taken care of so far for the month. My inner guardian angels are talking to me internally, trying to keep my pettiness down. Chai is absolutely delicious. I'm gonna add some cream to this because this is just the tea. And I want it to be a little bit more of a latte, but I don't have milk necessarily here. I think I have powder creamer and I might have some like oat milk here, but the oat milk doesn't do well. I don't like putting oat milk in my tea drinks as much. It has to be, I think you have to do the barista version of like the oat milk because it has a little bit more like fattiness to it, so if you just put regular oat milk, it's just too much water based. And it doesn't turn out to be like creamy, like milky, creamy. Let's add powdered creamer and then I can continue. Let's see. Maybe I shouldn't do this over the piano, so I'm going to move this part at least over to the table. I think it's amazing that people will talk about the freedoms to do certain things in life when they have the absolute freedom to just keep on scrolling at the same time. Oh, it's a very interesting concept. Honestly, live streaming, that's the funny part about it, is just and you know, sometimes I think about it too when I'm looking at other people's live streams, but you know, people are free to live their lives. It's like, you know, if I don't like what somebody else is doing, I can just keep scrolling. I don't have to engage with it. I don't have to comment on it. I don't say nothing, you know? Hey, it's not my life. Somebody else's, you know? And if you're actually giving if you're giving genuine help or genuine, like, asking genuine questions, that's something different. But, like, most people aren't. They're just trying to come on and be pessimistic and, you know, try to make somebody else feel a certain way because misery loves company. And so other miserable people come into chats being miserable themselves, wanting to cast that misery out on somebody else. We don't take that misery here. I just play music. You can either enjoy it or you can keep it moving. That's it. And sometimes I talk. Not everybody likes hearing, I guess, a girl talk, but we're going to talk because that's what I do. And I just, honestly, day to day, there's two things I remind myself. And I'm going to remind the chat too. I am not here for your purpose. I'm not even here for my own purpose. I'm here for God's purpose. Whatever God wants me to do with my life, whatever He designates for my life, whatever happens with this channel, with whatever happens in my life, it's all God's purpose, His will. So I think I always have to remind myself that too when I'm doing things, that it's not about me. It's not about just serving that one purpose of soul purpose. There's a bigger purpose behind it. But also just reminding the chat when people come in and feel entitled that I'm supposed to be a certain way, or I'm supposed to look a certain way, or I'm supposed to act a certain way because you want me to act a certain way, or you want me to be a certain way. I'm not here for your purpose. Let's keep it real. I'm not here for you. I exist. That's all. I just exist. Thank you. All right. We're going to do a full run through of Mozart, top to bottom. No pause, no stop. Actually, I might pause, stop, but I'm going to try to push through. The goal is I have to try to push through it. I can't go back. I know there's stuff that I hear that I'm like, I want to fix it right away, and I can't go back and fix that. It's all about recovery, and it's about getting back in and then keeping the energy going forward and keeping the picture, the sound picture moving forward. Sometimes that's what matters more than like the actual mistakes themselves. And it's another thing I have to remind myself about. It's the journey, overall picture of the journey, not the little stumbles here and there along the way. But with that said, Hard thing about playing in the wintertime, my fingers are icy. This feels nice, like holding onto a warm glass. Hmm. I was thinking about something wild the other day too. It's a little crazy, but I had, and nothing against this piano teacher because I love this piano teacher that I had. Um, and it's just some people, I think oftentimes people don't have enough empathy as far as when people are curious or inquiring about certain things. And sometimes people don't maybe say it necessarily the right way. And so I think sometimes things can come across off as rude, but maybe it's not intended to be rude. But I had a piano teacher ask me to hold my fingers out straight. So there's this thing. So my fingers are really crooked in a way. Like I can't hold my fingers out straight. So they asked me to hold my fingers out straight, knowing dang well I can't hold my fingers out straight. So I'm gonna show you guys this because I have really long fingers, but my fingers are crooked in two ways. People are imperfect. But my straight is my fingers curve up. They don't go like straight out. Like if you tell me to hold it out straight, like when I hold straight, that's it. I think straight. My fingers curve up and like so my joint goes back. Um and so he was like, hold your hands out straight. Did this, and he was like, no, I mean like which if I do this, I actually have to like hold it, like flex it there. If I'm trying to like do it this way, like it's not natural for me. But like doing this is natural for me when I say straight. But not only that, they go to the side. So from like these, it's just these two. These two fingers are actually like straight, but these two fingers curve this way as well too. So they go that way. And there's no like that's just how they are. And it's genetic. It's just like how my family's fingers run. It's on both hands. But I just thought it was a wild knowing like I had been with this teacher for a few years and they were just like, Natalie, hold your hand out straight. And he's like, no, I mean like hold it straight. And I was like, I'm holding it straight. And he's like, no, you're not holding it straight. I was like, I was like, this is my straight. I was like, you have a different straight because your fingers are built different. My fingers are built different. So I was thinking about that the other day, but I get what they were going for. He was trying to examine something because it's the biggest issue has always been when I'm playing is, and I do it with my student, is that we have to hold this like O shape and like balance into the fingertip. And oftentimes I do, but because of how my fingers just naturally bend up, like it's not like this is bad form when you're playing into that like slide. But the difference is that sometimes like when I'm grabbing my octaves, it's not that I'm not flexing into that O so much, but it's my fingers actually naturally go up. Like it's like they curve the opposite direction. Um, I don't know if that affects it somehow. I think that might, but mm. Okay, I'm gonna try that one. Actually, no, I'm gonna try the ballade right quick because I found the other pages for it, and I wanted to give it a try today. It's been a long time since I've played this. How long? If you ask, I have all my notes from. I learned this when I was 17 or 18 years old when I had learned the Brahms ballade. I know it's backwards, but I see all of my old notes on it from like when I was going through it, including like all of my little penciled in chord symbol markings. But also all of like my coffee spills and stuff from university are on here. But a very old copy. I should get another copy of it. But there's something endearing about having, this is why I also like having sheet music a lot of the times. It's something kind of endearing like when you print it out and then you can write on your sheet music and then you have a bunch of notes that are listed there. And going back and being able to read your notes, especially if you're learning music, and maybe you started at some point in music, if you're able to go back and look at like all of your notes, things that you were learning along the way, it's kind of a cool visual of having your journey listed there. So honestly, I know a lot of people ask why Like in real life, a lot of people ask why I have sheet music or prefer sheet music, and it's solely for that. Like I can write on the sheet music, I can leave my own little notes journey, and then when I have that at home, whenever I decide to come back to it, it could be years later, I come back to it and I decide to play it again, and then being able to look back on all of the notes and just markings and stuff that I had prior, and then being able to view it from the vantage point of being in a different place as well too. Like I know on this second page, looking at it, that I was struggling with not just the rhythm of going back and forth on that right and left hand, but I was struggling on maybe some of the voicing on it. So I wrote like practice placement of the hand, memory. I see some tempo markings on there as far as to go like a little bit faster, stuff like that. So surprised that certain sections I struggled with. This spot, the switch that happens here makes sense, but then it's from there. But I'm surprised, at least rhythmically, that I struggled with that. I'm gonna do this one more time. I do like the ballad, number 1, Brahms ballad. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do it one more time, but let me check time. It's okay. I have exactly 1 hour, and then I gotta book it on out of here. But let's see. Okay. Yeah, because I did all the other stuff I needed to do for right now today. I'm gonna go get ready for work because I have to go teach. You said have a break. Time out, have a break. Yeah, I'm gonna have my time out, have a break for a bit. It's been, I don't know how many. It looks like the live timed out at some point, but I've been at least doing this for since 11 a.m. So it's been a couple hours. I'll take a time out. Thank you so much for tuning in. Is it coffee? I have some chai tea right here. So I'm gonna finish my chai. And then I am going to maybe have a small bite to eat. And then I'll come back on later. But I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in a bit.